Good morning, this is Heather Longoria. I'm a therapist here at the St. John Clark Pain Treatment Center. And today I'm going to share with you a simple exercise you can do to help relieve anxiety and to improve your digestive function. So what we see in our practice a lot is that people have a tendency to breathe really from their shoulders up here. So they're using the scalenes and the SCM and a lot of these accessory muscles of respiration to lift the rib cage up and to give them a deep breath. But when we breathe this way, it leads to chronic neck tightness, for one thing, but it also makes our bodies more sympathetically dominant, which means that when you're sympathetically dominant, that's when you're in that fight, flight, or flee state of the nervous system. And where we really want to spend more of our time is in the parasympathetic state of the nervous system, which is rest, digest, restore. And we can help retrain our breathing by use of this Gorgeous ball. So this is a yoga tune-up ball. And as you can see, it's really soft and squishy. It's filled with air. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this to roll on our abdomen. So when we breathe, we should be, for optimal breathing, unless you're like running long distances or in a state of where you need a lot of extra air in your body, we really should be breathing more from the diaphragm. And the diaphragm sits underneath the rib cage here. It sits up in here and it's kind of like this parachute shaped muscle. And when we inhale, it actually contracts and descends and presses into the viscera and kind of gives the viscera a little massage and keeps everything in there mobile so that your viscera, all your organs slide and glide across each other, and that helps keep them healthy. So when we inhale, that diaphragm descends, pushes everything down, swirls it around, and then when we exhale, it's supposed to rebound up back into the rib cage like this. But also, kind of a cultural issue we have is that we want to look skinny as possible. So we have a tendency to suck in our guts a lot. So you're constantly contracting your abs, trying to make yourself fit into the skinny jeans. And as a result, we have chronic tension in our belly, and that affects our ability to breathe from the diaphragm, and then it affects our ability to digest. And then if we can't breathe from the diaphragm, then we end up using a lot of these muscles to breathe, so it increases tension. So there's this negative kind of loop going on here that we can address with the Gorgeous ball. So what we're going to do, and I encourage you to do this on bare skin if you can, if you're in a place where you can do that, because the ball, you can kind of see, like if I press it into my skin, you can kind of see how it will grab the skin and twist it. So that's that's helping those fascial layers to slide and glide across each other, which is is what we want. We want those tissues to have slide and glide. So if you can do this on skin, do it on skin. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna find your belly button and your pubic bone. So your pubic bone is right here at the base of your pelvis, and then your belly button. And you're gonna take the ball and you're gonna place it right between those two landmarks. And then you're gonna lay on your belly. All right, let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So first step is you're just going to breathe and try to, when you inhale, see if you can feel that belly press into the ball. So you see how my body rises up, and then exhale and your body will sink down into the ball. And this might already be really intense for you if you're carrying a lot of tension in your gut. So you probably would just want to stay here. If you're not feeling a lot of sensation here, then you can inhale and then hold. So it's like you're contracting your abs like somebody's gonna punch you. So everything's nice and tight, and you're gonna hold that for like 8 to 10 seconds. And then exhale. Whew. And you'll notice the ball sinks a little bit deeper into that viscera. And then if that's still feeling okay to you and you're feeling safe, you're feeling okay in this position, then you can start to mobilize just by rocking your hips from side to side. And this is gonna squish your viscera to one side of your body kind of, and then over to the other side. And so we're working through lots of layers of tissue here. We're working through your abdominals. You have 3 layers of those, internal, or you have external, internal, obliques, and then your transverse abdominis. You're working through the rec abs, and then getting down into your colon, into the small intestines. So we're working through several layers of tension here, and just explore this area at your own pace, being mindful of your breath and mindful of any sensations. And as you're rolling back and forth, if you encounter a spot where you feel like something's extra tight, or if you feel a sensation elsewhere in your body. So like a lot of times when I do this, I'll feel like a warm sensation kind of running down my legs, and that indicates that there's like a trigger point in the tissue that I've identified. So you would want to hang out on that spot, maybe do that contract relax, where you inhale on that tender spot and hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale, and then see if you can get that trigger point to let go. And you can also, the next step, if this is feeling okay to you, is you can roll so the ball is directly underneath your pubic bone, and then you're gonna roll back until the ball comes to your ribs. And this will help release the rectus abdominis, which can also get very tight on people, especially if you have like an extended posture where your tailbone's kind of tucked and your pelvis is tucked. So you can do some self-massage here. And then also, just by breathing on top of the ball, you're providing some resistance to that diaphragm as it's trying to descend into the belly. So that this exercise can help strengthen the diaphragm as well. And is also a good cue to help you learn how to do that, what's called belly breathing, which is really diaphragmatic breathing, because we can't breathe with our belly. But when we do the diaphragmatic breath, the diaphragm descends into the belly, so it causes that belly to swell. So that's where that terminology comes from. But this can just provide an external cue to you. If you're one of those people that has a tendency to breathe up here most of the time, if you just put the ball under here, provides that external cue, and you tell your body, okay, when I inhale, I want to press into the ball, and then exhale and release. So if you want to try out the Coregeous ball, you can get them here at the clinic, and they're $15, or you can order them online from Tune Up Fitness, and I think you can get them on Amazon and stuff too. Or if you just want to try it at home and you don't have a Coregeous ball yet, you can also just like roll up a towel and kind of play with this area yourself too. And just be mindful that we tend to carry a lot of chronic tension in our gut, and sometimes there can be like some emotions or memories kind of tied up in there as well. So if you do feel yourself starting to feel like a little anxious, or you feel like some emotions or memories start to well up, you can always ground yourself by putting your feet on the floor. So just put your feet on the floor and just think about those connection points. Think about your heel touching the floor, your big toe, your little toe, big toe mound, little toe mound, and then just seal into that connection. And also just touching the floor with your hands also can help ground your energy if that gets to be a little too much for you. So give this a try, let us know what you think, and then if you discover that you do have a lot of tension in your belly, we do visceral massage here at the clinic, so we can give you an even more thorough treatment than you can get with the Coregeous ball. But this is an excellent first step and an excellent way to maintain suppleness and your abdomen once you get it released by a therapist. So hopefully that was helpful, and hope you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.